What's up, guys? Welcome to the Sport Update. My name is Giovanni and welcome to another video. Benvenuti a tutti. So another Napoli game, another Napoli review. Napoli and Roma, at the Stadio Olimpico. So Roma and Napoli, it ended, maybe an hour ago. I haven't made this right away, but if you're looking for highlights, obviously this is me talking, so you're not going to find any highlights here. This is just my review. But if you're a fan of either team, obviously I'm a Napoli fan, but if you're a fan of either team or any Serie A, Calcio, anything, just subscribe to me. That would be great. And all the support's been appreciated. You guys have been awesome. So Coppa Italia semifinal, the first leg, and it ends 3-2 in favor of Roma. Honestly, I will take this result, because of what happened in the first half. It looked like it was going to be much worse for Napoli, but let's get into it. Basically, their defense, Napoli's defense, is still shaky. I think Rafa Benitez, I think his lineup was good, but I don't like Revelleire. I don't even know how to say his name, but Revelleire, the French left back, I don't like him. I didn't like him playing today. I just felt like he's been overplayed and he's been very tired, and you can see that because in the first half, I think like 30 minutes in, he got hurt. I don't think he was ready to play another full match. You should have just started Fauzi Goulam, the new transfer from Saint Etienne. I think that would have been the better transfer. I mean, the better suitable left back for this game to start with, because 12 minutes in, 13 minutes in, Gervinho gets past Revelleire. Now, it did look offside on the replay. When you look at it, it looked like he was a step or two offside, but it was close and it wasn't called. And he blew past Revelleire. Revelleire is 34, I think. He's older, and Gervinho is very quick, so he got past him. And Albiol was left in the dust as well because he couldn't really do anything. Reina came out. I don't know why he wasn't able to get a stop on it, but Gervinho put it over him and in a wide open net, and he just touches it into the net. So 1-0 for Roma, and I think they worked for it, and I think they were the better team in the opening minutes. I mean, Napoli again, their defense is shaky, and then mid first half, Kevin Strootman scores a rifle. I don't even know where that came from, that goal. I mean, blasted shot from a long way out past Reina. Reina couldn't do anything. Granted, he's a little bit out of position, but there's really nothing you can do. He blasted that right into the top corner. So Roma was up 2-0, and I think Napoli was pushing up front. They tried, but in the first half they just couldn't do it. I mean, Roma could have scored more throughout the whole game, not even just the first half. They could have scored more than 2 goals, more than the 3, and I think Napoli got lucky a little bit. But nonetheless, Higuain was good. I think for me, Higuain, he didn't score, but he works. His work ethic is great. I think he works hard for it either way. He's always battling, so I'll give him the credit. Insigne was much better than his last game, when they played against Lazio, because he didn't play this weekend. But Hamsik wasn't there for me. I don't know. I just didn't hear him. And Gervinho as well. I thought, Gervinho, I didn't really see much from him, and that was kind of upsetting. But nonetheless, the first half ends 2-0. And then going into the second half, straight out of the second half, 1 minute in, and Napoli scores a goal. This was, I don't know if it's Higuain's goal or you credit it to De Sanctis. De Sanctis deflected it in. So I think it was called an own goal. I'm not really sure, but nonetheless, that's what Napoli needed. 1 minute into the second half, 2-1. It gives them a whole half to try to tie the game. And the second half was much, much better. They created many more chances than they had in the first half, which I was glad to see from Napoli. But Roma, I think their pressure just was too hard for Napoli. I mean, like the spaces, they close it off. They put a lot of pressure. Napoli has to do those little dinky-dink passes like Spain, and they have to do that. But that's also Benitez's strategy. He likes short passes. I don't like it. I don't think it fits Napoli. But they tried to work for it, and they had a few chances. Callejon missed one in the first half. Insigne, made one in the first half as well. But chances were created, and I just didn't see much coming out from Hamsik and Gervinho. So Hamsik came off, and Mertens comes in. And a few minutes in, I think it was maybe 70 minutes in, or a little bit maybe before that, Mertens gets the ball. He's able to get past the defender, and he's one-on-one with the goalie. Well, he's not one-on-one. There's defenders behind him, a few steps behind him. But he's able to slot it past De Sanctis. A beautiful finish. 2-2. I was going crazy. All we needed was to keep the tie. But then Goulam, who was playing well all game long, who came off for Revelleire, of course, Gervinho is a little bit too quick for him. He goes unmarked, and by the time Goulam turns around, he's past him. And, it was a great setup play. I don't even know who the ball was from. But nonetheless, Gervinho scores his second goal. and he wins it for Roma 3-2. Now, granted, this is the first leg, so 2 away goals are key for Napoli. They played better than the first half, and I'm glad that it was 3-2. We were getting smashed in the first half, I felt. But we came back, we played better. But Roma, again, they're so tough, and that's why they're a second-place team and battling for the Scudetto. But nonetheless, 3-2 was the ending score, and now next week at Sao Paulo, Napoli need to win by 1 goal. Just 1 goal, because I think the away goals pushed them through, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, a lot of things said from me, but like I said, Hamsik, I don't know, he's just been so out of form. I don't think his style, I don't think it fits what Benitez wants. I think, he loves being open and just creating space. He was so hesitant to take some shots as well, but he needs to bounce back. Gervinho needs to bounce back, and the defense just needs to get it situated. Gervinho tore apart Maggio today, but, I don't think any goals were scored on his side, but still, it was a little scary every time Gervinho touched the ball. But anyways, subscribe to the channel if you can, please, guys, for all the support. I will make another video this weekend, Napoli-Milan, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.